it might be hard for the herd to pick it back up. Yeah, I understand. So I don't know what race we're on. Are we on race 5? I think so. And we're live.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome tonight to Allen County Fair here in Lima, Ohio. We've had more glitches in the electrical circuit. We've been shorted out, and we are back online through 5 races. We have Austin Scott has given you the rundown of the first 4. This is the 5th. It's the Ohio Colt Racing Association 2-year-old filly trot, first division, sponsored by Bach Promotional Products. Now, this purse goes for $5,464. We have 5 fillies in here, 5 2-year-olds, and our entertainment tonight, he's been wailing away. And no, his name is not Waylon Jennings. Pretty good he is, giving away Signature Series t-shirts as well. He does well. It keeps the crowd entertained. A good crowd here. Temperature right now 84 degrees. Poor Tim keeps on getting shocked from the jukebox. The jukebox are broke. Everything's falling apart here. 5th race, have from the rail out Happy Hill with Ronnie Gillespie. Number 2, next episode with Ron Steck. Ryan Miller steers number 3, What's Up Swifty. Mark Hanners. Hanners the 1 on the 4. Might have a driver change here on the Pepina. It says Dan Noble, but I think it might be a replacement. I haven't heard anything yet. Here they come for the 5th, for the post parade. That is Dan Noble had one great night starting out last night. We had 4 wins. They had a grand slam out of 5 races. It was too much for him to handle. You had to put Cisco, not really. But had a great night. Nice to come to the fair and just pick up 4 wins like, thank you, ma'am. Now here on as everyone's adjusting their equipment, that doesn't work. Everyone's adjusting their equipment. It's still, but in the 5th, we have the Sandy Beatty trained Pepina. She has got 7 starts, 1 win, 2 seconds, 1/3, 10,000 on a card, and mark of Hilliard, 211. But she trotted in 2-6 in a piece her last 2 times out at Chillicothe and Troy. Ryan Miller's What's Up Swifty, coming off a mile at Greenville, 2-4-4, was 3rd. And these several poised for the picture in here. Next episode, Ron Steck. Made a couple of breaks, but has been consistent. If she keeps her act together, we might see a new lifetime mark. So from the rail out, and by the way, we do have Mutuals, the board is working too. That's everything's starting to light up. Everything's coming up rosy. So this is good. Will we have our commercials, Tim? Will we have commercials? So now you have your favorite commercial, same as I do. The so.
Did Alan Jackson make a remake of? No?
That's it. Summertime Blues.
Anybody know? Up there?
Summertime Blues.
Very good. Summertime Blues. Let's hit that guy wearing the white. All right. All right. Good job. That's not the song I'm playing though.
I amazed myself. I just answered of course, that's back. That's not the song. This is, I'll tell you, with the music and the entertainment between races, an enjoyable night. Even without all the glitches, I'll tell you, with all the glitches, it's still good. You're out in the fresh air, beautiful night, horses, people enjoying themselves. I said the other day with Lisa Schwartz and I are going to do a duet up here. And she says no. She says she'll stick to clerking and I'll stick to trying to broadcast.
Starters, call to the game.
They're getting behind the gate for the 5th race. Allen County Fair here in Lima, Ohio. It's hazy, hot, and humid. Incidentally, I'll give you a little trivia too about Lima. When I say it's hazy, hot, and it's from a line from Good Morning Vietnam. What does Lima, Ohio have to do with Good Morning Vietnam? We'll let you know after this race. The rundown. This is the 5th Allen County Fair in Lima, Ohio.
Going for the lead. That's Happy Hill. What's up, Swifty on the outside?
That's okay. Thank you. You're doing a good job.
To the backside, and Happy Hill is off stride.
Oh, no.
Down the backside, they Trot. What's up, Swifty? Up on the outside to the front. Racing on the outside. Now, outside, the Pinnacle, racing on the inside. Happy Hill and trailing the field. Next episode as they race by the opening quarter. The end of the turn at the 3/8, they drop. What's up, Swifty? Big field of Trotters by the quarter. 32 3/5, racing second. Handles the one as they round the turn. Pinnacle racing third, racing fourth. Happy Hill and trailing the field. That's next episode. Trotters straight line. Passing the stand for the first time and come on over to the half and on the front end the leader, Ryan Miller. What's up, Swifty? Handles the one second. The Penny at third, fourth to the outside. Here comes Happy Hill. Next episode trails the field as they head on over to the 5/8 mark. Halfway home in 1/6 4/5. Down the backside they Trot, leading the way. What's up, Swifty by 5? Handles the one second. The Penny at third. Happy Hill fourth. Trailing the field. lead by 7 to 8 lengths. Hannah's one is second. Pena is third. Moving to the outside, Happy Hill fourth. Next episode trails the field. 3/4, 137 and 2. Around the turn, the leader as they turn for home. What's up, Swifty? But here comes Pena coming after the leader with a free stride. What's up, Swifty? Pena on the outside, along with Hannah's the one. Three across the track. Three up across the track. On the line and Hannah's the one. Pena. And what's up, Swifty?
How about a nice tight finish?
Show.
See, the last time I looked at the last tight photo, I was wrong, but I'm going to say 4.53 in this one. Mr. Scott, will you concur with me? No, you don't want it.
I'll try.
Tim, who won that?
Oh man, I have no clue.
You can get off the air. You can. Where's the player? Austin Scott. You say the. Okay. Where's our old mascot here? Right here, guys.
Actually, 453 is of the show.
4.53 just for me. That is Hannah's the one. Mark Winters in the sulky. Pepina with Scott Cisco. Now, what's up? Swifty was third. Ryan Miller just nailed at the wire. Exciting finish. Three of them across the track. A postage stamp could have separated them. Covered them.
Back in front of the stands, moving into the winner's circle. Here's your winner of the fifth race. First division of the Colt Racing Association. 2-year-old Billy Trot for $5,464. Sponsored by Bob Promotional Products. Number 4 is the one. QB built by Ken Shaw out of the Lima Acres. Fried by Dennis Shaker, Wapop, Canetta owns. Mark Winters trains and drives the winner. First career win of lifetime mark of 210 for Hannah's the one. Results are official of 1 Happy Hill for number 2 next episode 5. Number 3 What's Up Swifty 3. Number 4 Hannah's the one, the winner. Number 5 Pepenia 2. The mile 210. Top down 453 1 2 on the bottom. 32 and 3. 106 137 2. Sixth race coming up next is up in 10 minutes. Go up and play show. One out of time to trifecta. Number 1 Southern Tandem Jeff Niceoner. Jeff Niceoner the one. Ronnie Gillespie driving 2. Excuse me, Ronnie Gillespie.
So that's the conclusion of the fifth here at the Allen County Fair. We're coming up to the sixth, the Ohio Colt Racing Association. 3-year-old filly pace. We have 5 young fillies in here. More excitement, and we are up and running after these very select commercials from our sponsors.
The Allen County Fair in Lima, Ohio had humble beginnings as a small meeting 170 years ago. Local farmers gathered for the sole purpose of establishing an agricultural society that would organize an annual county fair. Finally, the first county fair was held for one day in October of 1851. A few years after its founding, the fair would be held just east of Lima. That same plot of land would eventually be known as the Lima Driving Park. The driving park consisted of a half-mile track and was considered among the best in the United States to host harness, automobile, and motorcycle races. The most celebrated harness horses appeared in competition at the Lima track. Even the legendary Dan Patch set a new track record of 2:04 at the Allen County Fair in 1903. The famous pacer had arrived in Lima in his own private railroad car. Today, the Allen County Fair is a member of the Ohio Colt Racing Association. They host 2 evenings of live-action harness racing.
Hi, I'm Dean Gillespie, and I want to tell you about the Ohio Colt Racing Association. There's 19 member fairs, and they sponsor the Partial Futurity in Greenville, Ohio. You need to race in the OCRA. Great racetracks, great people. Bring the kids and come out to the fair, and remember, fair time is fun time.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
Bow River Jewelry has been the premier designers of sulky jewelry for more than 30 years. We incorporate today's fashion designs to create a unique piece of jewelry only found at Bow River. Visit bowriverjewelry.com today.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Lima, Ohio, and the Allen County Fair. We've got 6 under our belts. We are here at the 5 under our belts. This is the 6th race. Ohio Colt Racing Association 3-year-old filly pace. This is the 2nd division, going for $5,604. Austin Scott has been tabulating, and we've been on that Facebook thing trying to get this thing. And Tim has been feverishly working over here. It was shocking that he got this all up running. They're very shocking to him.
I mean, it's been an electrifying card so far here, Tom.
That's right. A real eye-opener, I always say. It adds a little spark to your life. But anyway, we got 6. We have we got Southern Panda, Jeff Nysonger. Excuse me, Ron Gillespie. 3 is Rainy Day Chick, Scott Cisco. 4, Good Gravy, Bruce Sturgeon. And 5 is Sonnets Hanover, Scott. No, we got another one here. We got a change. I think it's going to have a Winters. This might be Mark Winters. Mark Winters Jr. just won the last race. I believe it was his dad, senior, that had the bounce last night, but he was up. He looks fine. He moving around okay. As you get over 30, the track is not forgiving as it used to be. It used to bounce and roll. But beautiful night. I'm glad we got everything up. We got a good crowd here. People enjoying themselves. They're running to the windows. Currently, I believe that Rainy Day Chick with Scott Cisco is 1-5. That's a crowd favorite. We got the tote board up and running. The tote board got popped too. That got fried. It's been quite the night. Almost out. There they are, coming on the track. Mark Winters has it. How many did you say he had in today, Scott?
He had 8 horses in today, Mark Winters did. He had 3 in the opener here for, I think that was the 2-year-old Colt Pacers, but yeah, 8 total.
That's a busy night. Very busy night. And it's even tougher when you only have 2 sets of hobbles. That's an old main joke. There they are. Okay, now I haven't forgot about your trivia answer about when I said it was
we've got one more signature series t-shirt.
Hazy, hot, and humid. A line from Good Morning Vietnam. Good morning, Vietnam. What's that got to do with Lima, Ohio, you ask? Well, Adrian Cronauer, the subject of Good Morning Vietnam, lived in Lima, Ohio for a while. He was a lawyer here.
Who said that? You got no. This guy, do you know it? Do you know it? Sweet Caroline? All right. I'll give it to him. No double winners, all right? I forgot to read the fine print to you all, okay? Plus, I owe that guy a t-shirt anyway. I should owe that guy a t-shirt anyway because he bailed me out, not letting me sing over the top of the races as they were coming around. Everybody sing along. Sweet Caroline. La da da, la da da. Clap those hands. La da da, 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 where began.
Now as these this song, Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond, came out in 1969, I believe 1970. It's actually about Caroline Kennedy. And Neil Diamond is on tour. And this has become the theme song for the Boston Red Sox.
Touching you, sweet Caroline. Times never seem so good. I'm really kind to be and never gone now. Look at the night.
As the horse is scoring down. These are our trainers, Mike Palamas on the 1. Ron Steck with the 2. Excuse me. Dan O'Mara. It's Rainy Day Chick. Jonathan Crow has Good Gravy. Sonnet's Hanover trainer is Mark Winters. Rainy Day Check. 1 to 5 has $209,000, $426 on your card. 3-year-old filly by Rockin' Amadeus. Fitzy Chick or by Always a Virgin. 11 wins, 5 seconds, 5 thirds, and 26 lifetime starts. She is a powerhouse, coming off a 5th place finish in the Ohio Sire Stakes. She was, looks like she was placed 5th. Paced her mile at 53. Scott Sisko, will he put her on the front end? As Austin Scott says, if you're the best on the front end. You any relation to Scott Sisko? No.
I'll do any evidence first.
I'll
be tuned in for the next. All right.
He hasn't been ignoring me. He's been here working hard. Southern Panda made it a race down the stretch, but didn't come up short. Just Rainy Day Chick responded to the call. Looks like 3-1-2. And how do you do? They were down the half in 2. Then they picked up the pace. And get the official time, the official finish, the official everything. With Doug Ballinger. Rainy Day Chick by Rockin' Amadeus picks up her 12th lifetime win. 27 starts, pushes her career earnings up to over close to $214,000.
the barn area. 7th race crown 3/8 shape. Low face forever on. Long top bait, not a clue, bring 'em on.
Shown by Marjorie Polamis in Ludlow Falls, Ohio. Nice filly. As Austin Scott says, if you're the best, put them on the front end. Actually, a man who said that many years ago, would like to love to control the pace all the time, was a man who reinvented harness racing, grab harness racing, Stanley Dancer.
The 6th race is second division. The 3-year-old filly Pacers, the 3 Rainy Day Check. If you're ready to look like an Amadeus out of the Oaks of Rivera, Rizzy Check. Marjorie Polamis, Ludlow Falls, Ohio. And O'Mara trains. Scott Cisco gets his second white drive of the evening. Mile 202. 3 spots by Hauser Horse Shoeing. It is a leash on the 1 Southern Panda 2. 2 Excuse Me 3. Number 3 Rainy Day Chick, the winner. 4 Big Gravy 5. And number 5 Sonnet's Hanover finished 4th in 202. 29 and 4. 102. 132 and 2. 2, 3, 1, 5. 4 off the bottom. 7th race coming up next is up in 10 minutes. And play show put on the track to trifecta. Number 5, not a clue. Make the driver. Jason Brewer. To drive the 5. Crown creation. Low base forever on it. On top Dave and not a clue. Bring 'em on.
So with that last quarter in 29 and 3, Rainy Day Chick add a little sunshine to everybody's life. She was 1 to 5. She paid $280, $360, $240. The one paid $640.
The 7th, number 3 forever on. Make the driver Scott Cisco. Scott Cisco to drive the 3 forever on.
So, Exacta 460, Quinella 360. That's the 7th coming up. Here is the Allen County Fair. We have 5 2-year-old filly trotters in. The 7th purse of $5,464. This is the 2nd division. We shall return shortly.
Party starting.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands the popular Dancing Yankee, whose first crop hit the ground this year and are great-looking individuals. Cool Winds is also standing Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on September 17th.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres. doing our best to bring you the best.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Be sure to catch the new podcast, The Top of the Stretch, presented by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. The podcast keeps fans of racing in the Buckeye State up to date on various topics concerning the sport of harness racing. The news and views of top officials, owners, trainers, drivers, and breeders in Ohio. That's the all-new podcast, Top of the Stretch, on the Facebook page of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. Be there!
Selling your horse? Sell for free. No fees, no commissions. The only free auction site in the industry. There's no problem selling your horse at harnesshorseauction.com.
Hey everybody, this is Austin Scott and welcome back to the Allen County Fair in Lima, Ohio. And again, if you are just joining us, we missed races 1 through 4 here live on YouTube due to some technical issues here at the fairgrounds. So the electrical outlets here actually fried our equipment as well as the tote board here earlier this evening. So again, some big technical issues there. Again, our equipment got fried earlier and the tote board got fried as well, and we missed races 1 through 4 live. So we are going to give you a recap of those after the post parade here of the 7th race, which is on track right now. Just waiting, I think, maybe one more to get back out there, and we will have the post parade for the 7th here at the Allen County Fair in Lima, and then I'll give you a recap of races 1 through 4 that you guys missed here earlier in the card due to technical issues and electrical issues here at the Allen County Fairgrounds in Lima. Again, I'm Austin Scott, Tom Pye co-hosting and doing a marvelous job tonight, as well as our cameraman and our Trot and Pace marketing crew. That includes Tim Edmonds and many others of Trot and Pace marketing that help us bring you these broadcasts. Again, our equipment was dead in the water and they all worked together to resuscitate things, revive our equipment, and we have been back on the air here for races 5 through the rest of the card, which is race 10. So we missed 1 through 4 live with you guys, but we do have 5 through 10. If you want to watch races 1 through 4 back, you can go on the Trot and Pace Racing Facebook page to watch a live rebroadcast, or you can go to trotandpaceracing.com. In the next 2 days, they will have replays of races 1 through 4 uploaded there at that time. So please stay tuned for replays. Tom, you've done good holding down the fort here. I was stuck on my phone handling the social media side of things during our electrical problems, and you've been doing a marvelous job keeping stats and keeping our viewers informed on everything that's been going on as well.
I appreciate that, Austin, because I will say for one of the few times in my life I was at a loss for words. I was like all these gadgets that are completely foreign to me. The refrigerator that we work out of, that was causing shocks, and poor Tim, his hair was starting to go up in it, and you're trying to connect. You did a great job, I'm telling you.
Thanks, buddy.
Excellent job. I've gotten little comments up here. Oh, you stepped right up and you did a good job.
Thank you. Yeah, and again, like you said, Tim. So again, Tim Edmonds, our cameraman and producer here tonight, plugged in our, I don't even know what the heck you call the contraption we got here. Basically, the main board that has all of our broadcast equipment was fried, and still when Tim touches our equipment, it shocks him. So he is literally shocking himself to bring you guys this broadcast tonight. So if you're at home, give Tim Edmonds here of Trot and Pace Marketing and the rest of their crew a hand, because again, they're shocking themselves to bring this broadcast to you guys. Here's the post parade for the 7th.
4, Uptown Bay, Jeff Nicesucker. 5, not include Jason Brewer in the song. But show you that preview, John. 4 minutes to the recap.
I'll make it quick.
So there's your horses for the 7th. In the meantime, I'm going to give you guys a recap of races 1 through 4 that you missed live here on YouTube. Race 1 was the Ohio Colt Racing Association 2-year-old Colt Pacers. The winner was Dirty Harry 2 for trainer Mark Winters and Scott Sisko. Dirty Harry 2, a winner in 2:01-1 in tonight's opener. Second was the Iron Throne for trainer Brett Schwartz and Jason Brewer. Third was Cruisin' Artie for trainer driver Jeff Nicesonger. Fourth was M. Amadeus or Mark Winters, the trainer. Mark Winters drove also. Fifth was Why Don't You Kiss This for Brian Georges. Tyler Rush drove. Sixth was Price Knob Hills for trainer Mark Winters Jr., who also did the driving. Seventh was Gone Flying for Jim Ardos Jr. and driver Ronnie Gillespie. Rounding out the field, eighth with broken equipment was Oceanfront Property for trainer Mark Winters and Ron Steck. Mark Winters, 8 horses in tonight, 3 of them in that first race. Again, Dirty Harry 2, a winner for Mark Winters and Scott Sisko in 2:01-1. Race 2, 3-year-old Colt Trotters, the Doc Steiner Classic. The winner was Naughty Pine for trainer owner Alan Voorhees. Bruce Schmidt was the winning driver on Naughty Pine and a new lifetime mark of 2:03-3. Second was Caviar's Yankee for Ed Greeno Jr., who's on vacation. Jeff Nicesonger filled in as driver on second place finisher Caviar's Yankee. Third was Leaping Legend for trainer driver Jason Brewer. Fourth was Rock the Muscle for trainer driver Bruce Sturgeon. Rounding out the field, fifth was Blue Jacket for Roy Burns and Casey Burns. Again, it was Naughty Pine taking the first division of the 3-year-old Colt Trotters for Alan Voorhees and Bruce Schmidt in a new lifetime mark of 2:03-3/5. Third race, the Springhaven Farms Ladies Driving Series Pace. The winner was CG's Boy Toy for trainer, owner, driver Michelle Caldwell in a time of 2:04-1. Second was Sports Band for trainer Brian Jones. Mandy Jones owned and drove the second place finisher Sports Band. Third was Insane in Spain for Emily Hay, driving for John Wiesenberger Jr. Fourth was Casino Director for Miranda Shedron, who also owns Amy Wenger, drove. Fifth was Better Win for Mark Laughlin and Casey Burns. Rounding out the field, sixth was Unmarked Car for Darrell Bear. Mary Burkhold did the driving. Again, it was CG's Boy Toy and Michelle Caldwell taking the Springhaven Farms Ladies Driving Series Pace in race 3. Finally, race 4 was the 3-year-old Philly Pacers, the first division of the 3-year-old Philly Pacers of the Ohio Colt Racing Association. Your winner in that one was Western Rosie, trained by Jeff Brewer and Jason Brewer. Western Rosie and Jason Brewer win in a tight photo with Lovely Monroe and Tyler Rush. Lovely Monroe trained by Brian Brown. So again, in a photo, a tight photo, Western Rosie and Jason Brewer, your winner of race 4 for the 3-year-old Philly Pacers. Lovely Monroe and Tyler Rush second. Third was Palomine Hanover for Terry Hall. Fourth was Sophie's Candy for Jeff Nicesonger. Rounding out the field, fifth was Apple Susie for Scott Sisko. So again, in the race 4 for the 3-year-old Philly Pacers, the first division was taken by Western Rosie and Jason Brewer in a photo over Lovely Monroe and Tyler Rush. Third was Palomine Hanover and Terry Hall. Fourth was Sophie's Candy and Jeff Nicesonger. And fifth was Apple Susie for Scott Sisko. So there's your recap of races 1 through 4. And now Tom.
We got a horse loose.
Oh no. And we do have a loose horse here in the post parade of the 7th. We do have a loose horse here in the post parade of the 7th. Please stand by. We're going to have a delay of race 7. We had a horse get loose here in the post parade of race 7. We are under a delay here. Just stay tuned with us. We will bring you race 7.
Somebody catch the thing. I got Steve Bates.
And the loose horse here in the 7th post parade has been caught. has been caught. That was the 5 horse in this race, Not a Clue, an Ed Greeno Jr. trainee. And the 5, Not a Clue, has been caught here after getting loose in the post parade of the 7th. Jason Brewer was the driver there. We didn't see what happened. Jason Brewer was unseated from the 5, Not a Clue there. Not a Clue running loose on the front stretch, but has been caught. And Steve Bateson jumps the fence here on the front stretch and catches the 5, Not a Clue.
Scratch the 5, Not a Clue, judges scratch.
So there you go. You heard it. Steve Bateson made the catch. You can see it on your camera right now. Steve Bateson makes the winning and saving catch here on the 5, Not a Clue. Jason Brewer was the driver, got unseated here during the post parade. They were getting ready to turn to go in behind the gate. Not a Clue got loose. Steve Bateson jumps the front stretch fence here and goes out, catches the horse, and now he is in the bike and rounding the far turn to take it back to the barn. Not a Clue has been withdrawn and scratched from race 7 here for Ed Greeno Jr. and driver Jason Brewer.
Well, the horse been scratched. The horse is okay. The bike's okay. I don't know who was in the seat when it got dumped. But again, I don't want to make a commentary, but I will. The horse, when you have young horses like this, you need a marshal. And if you don't have a marshal, I'll be out there. You should have a horseman's group, a committee to spring into action, whether it be 3 or 4 people, to take command. That horse should have been caught. If it wasn't for Steve Bateson, quick response, that horse would still be out there because nobody made a move. It was the same as last night, and I should not be harping like that, but this is one of my big pet peeves. I've seen this happen too many times. There's nobody that go after the horse. Tell everybody to stay away from the horse. Well, the horse needs to be caught, point blank. But thank God and thank goodness it was caught. Good job by Steve. He's a good horseman. Went up there, no problem. He caught the horse. Saved a lot of heartache and expense. So with that, we're back for the 7th.
So again, we're having a slight delay here in the 7th after that post parade. Horse getting loose again. That was the 5, Not a Clue for Ed Greeno Jr. and Jason Brewer. They're going to be a late scratch here in race 7 for the 2-year-old filly Trotters. But Tom, looking down through this field, a pretty good group of 2-year-old filly Trotters, and this one again was scheduled to be a field of 5. It's going to be scratched down to a field of 4.
And yes, Austin, and from the rail, who's the public choice right now at 2 to 5 is Crown Creation. Nice filly by Creatine. And away we go, mare Toy Crown. She has 8 starts, 6 wins in 2 seconds, $17,900 on the card. She is on a streak. Boogada boogada. 4 in a row in Ohio. She's looking for a 5th. And she's trotting a consistent 2-5, 2-5. She went 2-12 at Wapakoneta and 2-5 at Washington Courthouse. Mark Winters is the senior, is in the sulky. I do like Glowface with Jim Artledge Jr.'s little filly by Storm and Norman. She made a break, but she was on a 3-race winning streak. They are heading behind the gate, or towards the gate, for the 7th at the Allen County Fair in Lima, Ohio. There's Doug Ballinger for the call.
creation for the lead. Glowface comes out in second, Forever Autumn is third, and Long Bay moving here, the Trader fourth. The Trotters into the turn, and to the opening on the outside. Glowface running on us lead in the front end. Ground Creation is second, third on the outside. Long Bay, Forever Autumn trails the field going to the opening quarter. Glowface running on us. We open up with 3.5. Ground Creation in second, Long Bay racing third, trailing the field Forever Autumn. Straight on the Trot by the opening quarter. Glowface has the lead. By the quarter, 32 and 2 pace. Racing second is Crown Creation, trotting third. Long Tom David trailing the field Forever Autumn. In the lane for the first time, they pass the stands and come to the half. Glowface the leader, looking for season's win number 4. Followed by Crown Creation, Long Tom Babe, and the trainer way back Forever Autumn. Come on over to the half. At the half, it is Glowface by 2 lengths over Crown Creation. Racing third, Long Tom Bay, Forever Autumn trails the field. They're halfway home in 105, and the leader is Glowface as they head to the backside. Crown Creation a length back second. Long Tom Bay 4 lengths off the lead, races third. Forever Autumn is the trader up the backside in the 3/4, and Mark Winters moves to the outside with Crown Creation. Crown Creation on the outside, Glowface the inside. Long Tom Bay tracks those 2 leaders third. Fourth as they move into the turn, Forever Autumn. They circle the far turn at the 3/4. 1:37.1 around the far turn. Glowface, Crown Creation on the outside. Stride for stride as they come to the top of the stretch. They're racing as a team as they turn for home. Crown Creation on the outside. Glowface on the inside. Glowface needs the line. It's Glowface. Crown Creation second. Long Tom Bay finish third. And Forever Autumn will finish fourth.
Almost, Crown Creation almost got up there. Just he lost a couple of strides at the coming out of the last turn. And Glowface, Ron Gillespie, makes up for his bobble last week in Troy. Trot's home. Give me a guess. What do you think he went? He's having about 2.9 flat.
2.9. One note I do have about Glowface here, Tom, is a Jim Arledge Jr. trainee, and actually this was trained by Rick Shout. The Storm and Norman filly was trained by Rick Shout in Florida this winter. When he came back north to Ohio, late winter, early spring, he turned her over to Jim Arledge Jr., and this is the first ever Storm and Norman that Jim Arledge Jr. has ever had, and so far had some trouble in the early going, but you can see a streak here recently of 3 in a row at Sydney, Wapak, and Urbana, all with Ronnie Gillespie driving. Did make a break at Troy last week, comes back tonight, and very aggressively takes them gate to wire for the winner here. So again, Jim Arledge Jr., his first Storm and Norman he's ever had in his stable, and making a pretty successful campaign here so far. 4 wins and 7 appearances here in 2021. And here comes Ronnie Gillespie and Glowface back into the winner's circle.
Back in from the stands, here's your winner. 7th race, Giro Billy Trot. Number 2, Glowface. Your Billy by Norman. Your song, we found a lap. Shot going each board. Jim Arledge Jr. trains Ronnie Gillespie in the soggy. Lap 207, 210. Sponsored by Fire here. Perfect cleaning.
Last quarter, 30-1.
Race off South Road, number 1, Crown Creation 2. Number 2, Glowface, the winner. Number 3, Forever Autumn 4. 4 on top of 3 for 5, not to the scratch. 207, 2 picks,
So again, it was Glowface taking the win in race 7 in a time of 2:07 and 2. Again, the final time of the mile, 2:07 and 2 for Glowface. Jim Arledge Jr. trains, Ronnie Gillespie drives, and again, it makes it 4 wins and 7 tries this season for Glowface. Lifetime mark is 2:06 and 2 at Urbana, 2:07 and 2 here tonight in Lima. Second was Crown Creation for Mark Winters. Third was the 4, Long Tom Bay for Brian Roebuck and Jeff Nysonger. Fourth was Forever Autumn for Sandy Beatty and Scott Sisko drove. And then scratched during the post parade was the 5, Not a Clue for Jason Brewer out of the Ed Greeno Jr. stable. Again, if you're just joining us, Not a Clue unseated Jason Brewer during the post parade. Horse got loose, was running down the front stretch. Steve Bateson jumps over the front stretch fence, makes the winning catch here on the 5, Not a Clue, and actually drove her back to the barn area safely. So thanks to Steve Bateson for stepping up and doing that. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back here on the other side with race number 8 at the Allen County Fair in Lima.
The Allen County Fair in Lima, Ohio had humble beginnings as a small meeting 170 years ago. Local farmers gathered for the sole purpose of establishing an agricultural society that would organize an annual county fair. Finally, the first county fair was held for one day in October of 1851. A few years after its founding, the fair would be held just east of Lima. That same plot of land would eventually be known as the Lima Driving Park. The driving park consisted of a half-mile track and was considered among the best in the United States to host harness, automobile, and motorcycle races. The most celebrated harness horses appeared in competition at the Lima track. Even the legendary Dan Patch set a new track record of 2:04 at the Allen County Fair in 1903. The famous pacer had arrived in Lima in his own private railroad car. Today, the Allen County Fair is a member of the Ohio Colt Racing Association. They host 2 evenings of live-action harness racing.
Hi, I'm Dean Gillespie, and I want to tell you about the Ohio Colt Racing Association. There's 19 member fairs, and they sponsor the Partial Futurity in Greenville, Ohio. You need to race in the OCRA. Great racetracks, great people. Bring the kids and come out to the fair, and remember, fair time is fun time.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio wants to thank all the breeders that supported our first season standing the trotter, Muscle Diamond. Cool Winds also welcomed the proven sire, Mr. Apples, to our stallion barn. Randy and Kim Haynes also stand the only full brother to some beach somewhere, Bring on the Beach, sire of Heart of Chewbacca. Visit the Cool Winds consignment at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 17th.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
And we're back here, the Allen County Fairgrounds in Lima, Ohio. I'm Austin Scott, joined by Tom Pye and Tim Edmonds working the camera tonight, along with our Trot and Pace marketing crew to help bring you all this action live here. Again, we did give a recap of races 1 through 4 that we missed due to an electrical issue here at the fairgrounds that fried our equipment as well as the tote board here earlier tonight. We are recovered, and we've been live with you for races 5 through now, coming up on race number 8. I do want to take a minute. We're all caught up, and thankfully to all of our sponsors that support all of our fair racing broadcasts all summer long. I want to take a minute to individually thank them for sponsoring us tonight. The Ohio State Vet Medical Center, Midland Acres, Bow River Jewelry, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply, the Stable.ca, Cool Winds Farm, Top of the Stretch Podcast, and Harness Horse Auction. We want to thank them all for sponsoring our commercials tonight, and we want to thank them for all of their support of every fair racing broadcast we're doing all summer long. Again, folks, when I say every fair, I mean every card of every fair from June all the way through October. We're bringing to you here on the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association Broadcast Network, whether that be the OHHA Facebook page, Trot and Pace Racing Facebook page, Trot and Pace Marketing YouTube, OHHA YouTube. We got you covered again for every card of every fair all summer long into the fall. Mid-October when we wrap things up at the Fairfield County Fair in Lancaster, Ohio. So Tom, great job tonight also on your end holding down the fort. We were working things. We went live on about 4 different platforms, I think, tonight, and I think at one point we even sent a messenger pigeon out to you fans at home to let you know results. I think we exhausted all options to try to bring this one to you tonight.
I was up looking for some carrier pigeons to let loose.
Yeah, trying to give people results at home. So if you ordered a carrier pigeon, it should be on the way. But no, we do, again, appreciate you tuning in and for all your patience tonight. Again, we started things out by plugging in our equipment and immediately got fried, and still we are able to revive things and bring the broadcast back live to you, but everything our cameraman touches as far as equipment shocks him. So he actually had to run to his car and get a pair of gloves to save himself.
Yeah.
He's got his hair standing on ends. It's
he was walking around for CP30.
Yeah. That's right, yeah. He may be transmitting Wi-Fi out of his body right now. We're not sure. He may have some superpowers after as many times he was electrocuted tonight. So again, that's Tim Edmonds doing all this to help bring you guys this broadcast live. So again, if you're at home, round of applause for Tim, please. We appreciate it. But we are back here, Tom. We have 3 races remaining on the card here, including number 8. This is the Ohio Colt Racing Association 3-year-old Colt Trotters, the 2nd division of the Doc Steiner Classic. And they're going for a purse of $5,067. Right now we have a field of 5 going postward in this one, Tom.
This is a good field. This is the Doc Steiner class. The Doc Steiner stock farm is right over on the corner here on 309. I went by that 4 or 5 years ago. I said, is that beautiful? I said, what is that? And I had to look up on Google Earth. Steiner stock farm. He's out here. Doc had numerous good horses that he raised there, and they're still out there in the paddock, and they just look as handsome as they ever did. A nice farm.
Very nice operation. So they're actually the breeder of one of Ohio's top horses right now, and that is Sea Silk, a 2-year-old filly pacer down by the seaside. Again, was bred at Steiner Stock Farm here in Lima. So that's pretty cool too, and yeah, an awesome facility here nearby. But yeah, it's the Doc Steiner Classic 2nd division here, and again, this field of 5, they're getting ready to post here shortly. Excuse me, they're getting ready to parade to post, I believe, here in race 8. We still are awaiting a driver change on the 5 Burro. Dan Noble was originally put down to drive by Jim Arledge Jr. Dan not here tonight after picking up a 4-bagger last night. 4 driving wins and 6 appearances. The 2 he didn't win, he was 2nd and 3rd. So not a bad night for Dan Noble. But he is down, I'm sure, taking care of some driving duties at Scioto, if I had to guess, here tonight. And so we are waiting a driver on the 5 Burro for Jim Arledge Jr. And we'll have that here shortly after the post parade for you.
As you said, Austin, but Ron Gillespie has been driving. He might get the round there. And Noble threw down the gauntlet, and Ron Gillespie has picked it up. He's won a couple tonight, and this is is going to be a great fair end of the season this year. All the drivers are right in the thick of it. And they do like to have that trophy at the end of the year, leading fair driver. They can put it on their mantle, or they can just put it right in the barn.
That's right. It looks like they have them bunched up down here in the first turn, so they will be parading here shortly for the 8th, again the 2nd division of the Doc Steiner Classic.
The horses are on the track for the 8th race, the 2nd division of the 3-year-old Colt Trot for $5,067. The Doc Steiner Classic, Steiner Stock Farm blanket. Field of 5, Ronnie Gillespie will drive the 5 Burrow. Number 1, Untitled Chapter, driven by Midland Miller. Number 2, we go for the front, Jeff Nicer driving. 3's Lightning Frenzy, Scott Cisco. Number 4 is Tiger King, driven by Jason Brewer. Number 5, Burrow, Ronnie Gillespie, in the sulky. Play show, when I was at the drive back to Book's time in 4 minutes. We'd like to thank Tom Hall for the use of the trucks to work the track.
So there's the late driver change here in the 8th, as we kind of expected. The 5 Burrow is going to be piloted by leading fair driver Ronnie Gillespie. That's Ronnie Gillespie on the 5 Burrow for Jim Arledge Jr. Again, originally scheduled to drive was Dan Noble. He's not here tonight. Ronnie Gillespie gets the assignment here after picking up a win with another Jim Arledge Jr. trotter here in the last race, Glowface, a 2-year-old filly by Stormin' Norman. So we'll see if Ronnie Gillespie can make it a double, and a natural double at that, back-to-back races for Jim Arledge Jr. trotters. This is an Uncle Peter is Burrow. The one in here is Illini Cash for Melvin Miller, who's also going to be doing the driving. Has been competing in fair stakes action at Wilmington, Lebanon, Mount Vernon, Wapak, Urbana, and Greenville, most recently coming into tonight for this 3-year-old Wishing Stone gelding. The 2 is We Go for the front for trainer Tim McCoy. Jeff Nysonger picking up the assignment tonight on this Away We Go gelding. Most recently competed at Troy last week in a fair stake there, was 5th. But looking back through his lines, he has a win at Washington Courthouse and at Lebanon as well, and took a lifetime mark in that race at Lebanon of 2:03 and 2. That's We Go for the front and Jeff Nysonger. The 3 is Lightning Frenzy for trainer Dan O'Mara and Scott Cisco. This is a Don't You Forget It gelding. Coming into this race, has been racing very well. Has a win at Wapak here, 5 starts back, a 2nd at Urbana, a win at Troy by a nose last week, and at Greenville was 3rd after coming from the back in a very tough race behind the likes of Street Gossip and don't forget Little Man, 2 of the best 3-year-old colt trotters here in Ohio that Lightning Frenzy finished behind. And for those of you who don't know, Lightning Frenzy was actually struck by lightning, I believe it was, as a yearling, and obviously survived. Wasn't probably ever going to race, but here he has 39 career starts after today and 3 wins, over $30,000 made. Not bad again for a gelding that was struck by lightning, hence the Lightning Frenzy name, for co-owners Marjorie Paul Hamus and Christy O'Mara of Greenville. The 4 is Tiger King for Jason Brewer, owned by Galliers Racing in Defiance, Ohio. Tiger King's been having a pretty good season, 3 wins and 17 appearances, $21,000 made. Most recently 3rd in a fair stake at Troy, behind Lightning Frenzy and Leaping Legend, another trotter in the Jason Brewer barn. Was 3rd at Urbana, was a winner at Chillicothe. So 3rd, and 1st in his last 3 starts for Tiger King. The 5 is Burrow for Jim Arledge Jr. Ronnie Gillespie picking up the drive here late. This is a Uncle Peter gelding. So far on the season, 2 wins and 13 times out. Most recent wins were at Wilmington on July the 12th, and also a winner at Xenia over Poets and Pirates and Fireworks Flash, a nice group of trotters in that race down at Xenia. But yeah, it was a winner there. So that is your field of 5 as they are making the turn and getting ready to head down the backstretch, and they'll catch up to the starting gate in the far turn, Tom.
Well, and currently on the Public's Choice is the 2 at 6 to 5. Outside, we'd have to give it a little Tiger King on the 4. There's a 4. He's 2 to 1. That's a $6 ticket. So this is a nice little select field for the 3-year-old Trot and Colts. This is the 2nd division for Doc Steiner. Still a beautiful night. The humidity's still up there. On the way up here, it feels like 104. I believe it. But it cooled down. Got a nice breeze now. Nuka's been good.
I can tell you one person that doesn't want to hear about your humidity blues, Tom, and that's our cameraman Tim. This guy, you're sweaty. He has been electrocuted. I think Tim wins that battle on tonight. We can sit through some 100-degree heat index if Tim can take some lightning through his fingers here.
Tim was very current, I'll tell you that. Very current. Last quarter, 30-3. It was a good mile, and we go for the front. Jeff, nicely done, Nicesonger, adds to his win total. I believe Tiger King might have got up for second with yeah.
Yeah, it was really tight for second there between Lightning Frenzy and Tiger King.
Well, I hope it's Tiger King. So, How many times people say, well, you should have bet them to show. I don't bet show. You know, that's like just trading money, and don't want to trade money, you want to make money.
So with that, that's driver Jeff Nisonger's first win on the card tonight and the first training win for Tim McCoy. Coming again for this And Away We Go gelding owned by Virginia McCoy. Going to be the third win in 25 tries this season, and here comes Jeff Nisonger. We go for the front, going to the winner's circle.
Jeff Nisonger in the sulky, mile 206. It's initially 9 5 2. We go for the front, the winner. For 3 Lightning Frenzy 3, 4 Tiger King 2. For 5 Earl 4, the mile 206. 3 fractions of 32 and 2. 104 and 1. 135 and 2. Top down 5 1 3 2. 4 pound the bottom. Ninth race in 10 minutes. Number 2, 1 Rocky West, Jeff Nisonger. 3 Marks Arsenal, the driver Tyler Rush. 4 High on Rock and Roll, Bruce Sturgeon. Nisonger the 2, Tyler Rush the 3, Bruce Sturgeon. That's the 4. 1 Seaside Art, Ronnie Gillespie. Ronnie Gillespie. Drives the 1.
So there's your official rundown in Race 8, the second division for the 3-year-old Colt Trotters of the Ohio Colt Racing Association, and the second division of the Doc Steiner Classic, taken by We Go for the front for Tim McCoy and Jeff Nisonger in a winning time of 2:06. Second was Tiger King, trained by Jason Brewer, owned by Galliers Racing. Jason Brewer, again, the driver there. Third was Lightning Frenzy for trainer Dan O'Mara. Marjorie Paul Hamus and Christy O'Mara own Lightning Frenzy, driven by Scott Sisko, a third-place effort in here. Fourth was Burrow for Jim Arteledge Jr., and Ronnie Gillespie picked up the drive there on Burrow. And then rounding out the field, fifth was Illini Cash for trainer-driver Melvin Miller. We go for the front. Jeff Nisonger, Tim McCoy team up for the winner in 2:06. Some driver changes that were just announced heading into the ninth race, the start of the late double here in Lima. The one is Seaside Art, going to be driven by Ronnie Gillespie for Ron Steck. Again, on the one in the ninth, Seaside Art and Ronnie Gillespie. The 2 in race 9, 1 Rockin' West, will be driven by Jeff Nisonger for trainer Mark Winters. Again, the 2, 1 Rockin' West, will be piloted by Jeff Nisonger. The 3, Arts Arsenal, will be driven by Tyler Rush for trainer Tim Ignarski. So make it Tyler Rush on the 3, Arts Arsenal in the ninth race. Final driver change in there in the ninth. The 4, High on Rock and Roll, trained by Jack Fisher. Bruce Sturgeon will drive. Again, that's Bruce Sturgeon, the driver of the 4 in the ninth race, High on Rock and Roll. And with that, we'll take another commercial break and come back with the first half of the late double from Lima. Stay tuned.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Bow River Jewelry has been the premier designers of sulky jewelry for more than 30 years. We incorporate today's fashion designs to create a unique piece of jewelry only found at Bow River. Visit bowriverjewelry.com today.
It's time for the start of the late double here at the Allen County Fair in Lima, Ohio. Day 2 of harness racing. Austin Scott, Tom Pye hosting for you guys tonight. Tim Edmonds working the camera and doing the producing along with the Trot and Pace marketing team to bring you this one. And again, start of the late double here, Tom. Race number 9. We've had a lot of driver changes in here, and we'll have those up on the screen for you guys momentarily. You can still see the results from our last race, race 8 there. We go for the front, and Jeff Nysonger winners in that one.
There we got a little from the movie Risky Business. That was Tom Cruise's premiere movie. Came out in 1983.
83?
Was it? That I'll tell you. And it was like they did a parody on Saturday Night Live with a famous dance when Cruise came out singing to that. But they did it with President Nixon's son there come out dancing like he was away from the office. President Nixon, and President Reagan, I should say, one of the presidents. But I can't remember. Here we are in the 9th race. Do we have a driver change on?
We're still
Mad-Eyed Moody.
Yep, we're still waiting for a driver change on that 7th.
We
Austin Hanner's down to drive originally for trainer Brett Schwartz. Austin Hanner's not here tonight. But to speculate, Tom, I'm thinking Jason Brewer might pick up the drive here on the 7 Mad-Eye Moody for Brett Schwartz. Driven Mad-Eye Moody here recently at Troy last week in a fair stake there and was 3rd. So
yes.
That's going to be my guess here. But again, once the post parade rolls out, you guys will see the late driver change on the 7 Mad-Eye Moody. Was originally supposed to be Austin Hanners. He is not here tonight, so we'll see who Brett Schwartz elects here to drive the 7.
This is a good field, 7. They go 7 wide. We do have. We have 9 in the 10th race, but this 5 is scratched, so we do have a trailer. The 9 still remains trailer. But
yeah, that'll be a fun one, seeing that big group of trotters out here for the nightcap. That'll be an exciting race with the signature series. The Allen County Super Trot is the finale in the second half of this late double. And Tom, one thing too that we talked about yesterday was, in all of fair racing, you're racing on half-mile tracks, it's important to get on the front end early, especially by the opening quarter. So last night here in Lima, of our 12 races contested, 10 winners were on the front at the quarter. So 10 for 12 last night if you can make the lead by the quarter here. And Lima is really a front-end fairing track. We have stats from 2017 harness racing meet all the way up through last night. Of the 95 races contested here in Lima since the 2017 harness racing meet, 63 winners were the leader by the quarter pole. That's a percentage of 66%. So if you,
that's a very good percentage. Incidentally, Austin, you had mentioned this being modeled after Delaware.
Yeah.
And I know you did more extensive research on it. It was built in 1952, way back when the track was. This was when they moved to this site here. And it was modeled
after Delaware, right? So to give a brief history here of harness racing at the Allen County Fair in Lima, the half-mile track at the Lima Driving Park was what it was known as. Started in the 1890s and lasted through 1921 at the Lima Driving Park, which I'm told is actually located where Lima Memorial Hospital is now, on the east side of Lima. So that was where harness racing originated, in Allen County and Lima. Again, they raced there until 1921. And actually, one of their most famous events was when Dan Patch came to visit in 1903, and he set a new track record at the Lima Driving Park of 2:04. And as Ashley Daly mentioned in our Allen County Fair piece throughout the broadcast, the famous pacer arrived in Lima in his own private railroad car, which I kind of thought was cool. Is that just because there were not trailers to transport him at that time, or why was he in a rail car?
Even back into 1956 and at Goshen Track in with the side of the Hamiltonian, all the horses traveled by rail car. But Dan Patch, another one was Goldsmith Made, other great good horses. They had their own private railroad cars. People are stopped 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, here's the
Number 7 is Mad Eye Moody. Mark Winters Jr. in the sulky. Play show from Alexander Trot back to Daily Halloween Dream. In the 10th, scratch the 5, Edge Lane. The 8, Atlas Peak 5, Acre out of the 10th. Scott Cisco to drive the 6. You have 4 minutes to most time.
So there's that late driver change on the 7, Mad Eye Moody, here in the 9th race. They're going to make the driver Mark Winters Jr. Mark Winters Jr. will drive Mad Eye Moody for trainer Brett Schwartz. But we were talking about the history of harness racing here in Allen County and Lima. So they raced at the Lima Driving Park all the way up until 1921, and then actually the fair got moved to Delphus, Ohio from 1922 to 1948, and it was actually a street fair.
Yeah.
So there was no harness racing for about 26 years here. Eventually, it ended up outgrowing the streets of Delphus. They moved it back to Lima at a temporary site, and then it overgrew from there also, and that's when they ended up buying the ground that we're on now, which has become 125 acres. They bought that in 1950, and they ended up building the new racetrack here in 1952, and it was modeled after the Delaware County Fairgrounds track, as you had mentioned, and harness racing resumed in Lima in 1953, so nearly a 32-year break of harness racing here at Allen County.
And I believe the first harness meet at fair they had on the grounds, it was a tent city. They had no buildings, they had nothing, it was all tents. But it's again, sharp-eyed Austin Scott knew this was like modeled after Delaware. And I said, it is, the banks, the turns, they're not as banked as much, but it's still same measurements. It's a good fast track, considering that they do not train here all year round.
Right.
We're having good miles out here, very good miles. I can hardly wait for the signature series with those 8 Trotters right there for the 10th race. That's going to be a good one.
That'll be a lot of fun. I think it's been nearly a decade since they've had horsemen stabled on the grounds here in Allen County, I want to say. So since then, again, they just kind of come in and prepare the track the week of the races to keep it up without horsemen being here on a daily basis to maintain things.
I'll have to mention the Fricky brothers do a good job. The speed superintendents there. The track, the volunteers, they did a great job getting this. The track is good. It's a good surface. This is a 9th race. Oh my goodness. What are we going to take? 2-year-old pacing colts. This is the 2nd division. And this should be Art of Revenge.
Digging swings into the stretch, and here they come.
Or the 7, or the 4.
Seaside Art racing third. One Rockin' West fourth. 28 and 4 for the opening quarter. Round the turn, Arts Arsenal next in fifth. Racing six for Raro as they race around the turn. Trailing the field south is Mad Eye Moody. Straight alignment as they come on over to the half. And on top of the field and showing away. Half to half and a bigger between calls. High on a rock and roll. Art of Revenge is second. Racing third, Seaside Art coming to the outside. One Rocket West. Half and 1 minute, Arts Arsenal is fifth. Ferraro is sixth. And Mad Eye Moody trails the field up the backside of the 3/4 mark. On top of the field with the lead, it is Seaside Art. Right there, second is Art of Revenge. On over to the 3/4 they go, racing third. Seaside Art, the inside. Down the backside of the 3/4 and up on the outside. That's Art of Revenge to the front. Art of Revenge has the lead. High on Rock and Roll second. Seaside Art third. Around the turn, Ferraro fourth. Arts Arsenal fifth. Mad Eye Moody on the inside. They've got an eighth of a mile to come with the lead. It is Art of Revenge. They're up the turn. They're on their way home. One Rocket West. Seaside Art through the lane, coming in a line. It is Art of Revenge. Scott Cisco's third winner of the card. High on Rock and Roll second. Seaside Art will be home third.
6-4-1, just for fun. Art of Revenge. Scott Cisco picks up his third of the evening.
That's right. Scott's had a pretty good night here, and again picks up the victory with Art of Revenge for Mark Winters, and that's also Mark's second Mark Winters' second training win of the evening as well. And unofficially by RI, second was the 4 High on Rock and Roll for trainer Jack Fisher. Bruce Sturgeon showing a lot of early speed there and pretty much pushed the gate away, and he shows that in all of his racing lines that we can see in the program. Third was the 1 Seaside Art for Ronnie Gillespie and trainer Ron Steck. And rounding out the super, we'll call it, the 3 Arts Arsenal for trainer Tim Ignarski and the Dark Horse Syndicate Racing Team, Tyler Rush, the driver there. And Tom, that's another one that was actually the first yearling that I helped break, the 3 Arts Arsenal. So I went with Tim last year to the Buckeye Classic sale in Springfield in October, and he taught me how to read through the catalog, the sale book, what to look for in some of the yearlings and stuff like that. He picked this one up for $9,000, a really good looking son of big risk, and again taught me from there, everything as far as braking, line driving, lunging, things of that nature to get the horse broken and ready for his equipment and ready for the racing season. So he comes home charging fourth here.
He raced really good. It's like watching your kid.
That's right. So I know Tim's pretty excited. That was probably the best he's raced so far here in his 6th career start.
Your Colt picks for $6,447. Sponsored by Mid-American Cleaning Contractors. Here's this next Art of Revenge. Your pick up the son of Art of the Shawn and the Don't Give Him Away there. Art of Revenge. Garrett Stable, Oregon, Ohio. Mark Winters train. Scott Cisco in the Suzuki. PC to mile 204. Think about Mid-American Cleaning Contractors. It is official. Number 1, Seaside Art 3. Number 2, 1 Rocket West 5. 3 Arts Arsenal 4. 4 High on Rock and Roll 2. 5 Ferraro 6. 6 Art of Revenge. Winner number 7 Matt Ivey was 7th in 204. Top down 3, 5, 4, 2, 6, 1, 7 on the bottom. 28 and 4. 1 minute 1:31 and 4. 10th race coming up next. Scratch the 5 Cash Lane. Scratch the 5 Cash Lane along with the speed. 5 and 8 scratch, 6 favorite up holding the driver, Scott Cisco.
The 4th place finish for the kid, Austin. I tell you, when you put the harness on him for the first time, endless possibilities. The world is yours,
We don't have enough time in this broadcast to talk about the braking process with him. It took, I'm not joking with you, Tom, took about a full month to get him to take 1 lap of jogging on his own without just constant urging or stopping or turning. So it was a huge work in progress, and Tim told me, well, Austin, it only goes up from here as far as breaking yearlings. Like you're starting at the bottom. So hopefully that was an encouraging thing for me. That hopefully the next one, if Tim gets another one this sale season and lets me help, it'll be a lot easier than it was here with Arts Arsenal, who they also nicknamed Ace. So.
It's funny.
He's a treat.
The first yearling I broke, it was the same thing. It was like 5 months of agony, 4 months. He would not hit the pace, would trot, stop like that. And I had people ask, "You want to jog a colt for me?" They'd go one time around, they'd leave him. They wouldn't do it. But he finally hit the pace. He ended up racing for 10 years, made $85,000 back in the 70s. Nice, and he still was a nice little horse. But I think back those 5 months I had to put up with them.
Oh my goodness!
But you remember them. With that, we'll be back here for the 9th, the 10th, I should say. This is the finale, Austin. And how many we have in it?
The Allen County Super Trot with the Signature Series. And we had a field originally of 9, scratched down to 8 with a scratch of the 5, Cash Lane. So we'll be back with the Getaway Trot, the feature event tonight, the Allen County Super Trot, after this commercial break.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands the popular Dancing Yankee, whose first crop hit the ground this year and are great-looking individuals. Cool Winds is also standing Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on September 17th.
We're listening.
We're back for one more, Tom Pye. We're back for race 10 here. Again, it's day 2 of the harness racing meet here at the Allen County Fair in Lima, Ohio. The 10th and final race here of the 2021 harness racing meet is the Allen County Super Trot with the Signature Series, going for a purse of $5,900. Originally had a field of 9, a full field of 9. That'd be 8 on the gate and 1 trailer. But again, we're scratched down to 8 with a scratch of the 5 Cash Lane. So 6, 7, and 8 will move in 1 spot on the gate, and the 9, Team Jesse, will remain a trailer in this one. So again, a really solid field going forward in this one. You can see on your screen our field as they're getting ready to come out on the track, and they will be parading the post here shortly. In this field, we do have some Signature Series Trot points on the line for that final during Jug Week at Delaware. Again, the top 8 and Signature Series points for the Pacers and the Trotters will go on to Delaware to race in the final. And we do have working it on Broadway in this one. Currently sitting 6th in the Signature Series Trot point standings. He's the 4-horse in here for trainer-driver Jason Brewer. So working on Broadway right now has 29 points. And actually, if you look at it here, thanks to the Signature Series providing their point standings heading into this one, he is actually in a 4-way tie for 3rd at 29 points apiece, is working it on Broadway. He's tied with Pure Peter, Dilly Dilly Dunn, and I Get It for that 3rd spot in the standings. And looking at the rest of the field, none of these other trotters in this group are gunning for those, or at least I should say, are in the top 8 of the Signature Series Trot point standings. So this is big for working in on Broadway. If he can collect a lot of points here, because again, he's in that 4-way tie for third right now, and a win looks like here, if he can get third or better, he'll leave at least tied with the point standings. So a third place effort will tie him with leader Team L. A second place effort would give him a 1-point advantage in the lead for Team L, or a win would put him at 39 points, and he would have a 2-point lead over Team L for the Signature Series Trot point standings.
He has a good year this year. 6 wins and 19.
We're going to the gate in 3 minutes, with or without you.
You too, with or without you. Hey, working it on Broadway again. 6 wins and 19 starts, 5 seconds. That's 11, 1, 2, 3, $65,000 earned. Very nice mark of 53 and 4 at Miami Valley. Coming off that win, second by a nose, win second. The Jason Brewer 5-year-old gelded son of Broadway Hall. Out of Working Girl by Ken Workington. The nice, he looks like, let's get my glasses.
Trying to read the small print in the dark right now, Tom.
No,
I'm
trying to look at the tote board. I can read the small print sometimes. But is he working on Broadway? Is the favorite at 1-2? Boy, I can pick him, can I?
That's
right.
Just
go with the crowd.
That's right. Some low-hanging fruit. So working it on Broadway again. The sitting right now in a 4-way tie for third in those Signature Series Trot point standings. The one is Northern Ashley, coming off of a start in a non-winners of 5,000 in 2021 event at Urbana last week, was third there, behind Up Front Corbin and Sultan of Cash. The 2 is Deep Question for Mark Winters Jr., who trains and drives, coming off some starts in some mid to lower level condition races at Scioto Downs for Trotters, non-winners of 2,000 in the last 4, non-winners of 35 last 4, non-winners of 5,000 in the last 4. So far on the season, 20 starts, 2 seconds, and 4 thirds for Mark Winters Jr. and this 8-year-old gelded son of Deep Chip. The 3 is Lion Image for Daryl Baird. Jacob Baird drives. He's just 18 years old and going to be making his 9th driving start here today, Tom.
That's youth in harness. I like to see that. You got it.
Your attention, please. In the 10th race, scratch number 7, Insomniac. Scratch the 7. 5, 7, and 8 are scratched in the 10th. 5, 7, and 8 are scratched in the 10th.
So you just heard it here. Some late scratches here. We already had the 5 Cash Lane scratch. Now the 7 Insomniac has scratched, as well as the 8 Atlas Peak. Scratch the 5, 7, and 8 here in the 10th, the Allen County Super Trot with the Signature Series. The 6, we haven't talked about the 6 yet. Favorite Uncle for John Wangard. Scott Cisco drives, and here's the post parade for the 10th.
These are the horses. Number 1 is Northern Ashley, the driver, Melvin Miller. Number 2, Deep Question, Mark Winters Jr. drives. 3, Lion Image with Jacob Baird. Number 4, Working It on Broadway with Jason Brewer. 5 is scratch. Number 6, Favorite Uncle with Scott Cisco. 7 and 8 are scratch. Number 9, Team Jesse. Jeff Nicesucker in the Sulky. Play show coming up with Jackson Trifecta. You have 4 minutes to most time.
So now, Tom, we had originally a field of 9 that's been scratched down to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 will be on the gate. The 9 will be leaving from the second tier.
Stand with me one more time. Spring is loaded in this great nation. Sing along with me.
6, we were talking about Favorite Uncle in the John Wangard stable. Scott Sisko drives, coming off of a free-for-all trot start at Troy. Was a winner there in Troy in a time of 2 minutes 4 fifths. Ken Holliday was driving this 5-year-old gelded son of Uncle Peter over K-Lub and Rose Run Vindicate in that one, finishing second and third. Our final starter in the field is the 9, Team Jesse. For trainer Brian Georges, Jeff Neishonger, the driver. Coming off his Signature Series victory at Greenville last Friday night. Jeff Neishonger was the driver there, as they finished in front of River Dancing Diva, as well as Lion Image, who is in this race here as the 3-horse of Jacob Baird. Team Jesse prior to that competing at Scioto Downs, and as well as the Red Mile in Lexington, and some mid to upper level condition classes there, non-winners of 4,000, non-winners of 5,000, and starts with the non-winners of 7,500 as well. So Team Jesse, a winner in the Signature Series at Greenville last Friday, and at Scioto Downs as well.
Now we're gonna talk with you're from Lima. How many years you been coming to the races here?
Oh, about 25 years. Ain't too much.
I thought you were gonna say 50.
Starter has called into the game.
12.5 years in the Navy, so.
Say what?
12.5 years in the Navy, so.
What's the best horse you ever saw here at Lima?
Axam Lanning.
There you go. You always remember the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just did the we just did the rendition of God Bless America. If you remember Miss Kate Smith. You kids don't remember her. They remember Miss Kate Smith. She always at the end of the ball game, and that was the end of that's a good finish of the day, and to see everyone stand up and applaud at the end of it. God bless America. Here are the Signature Series, the Allen County Super Trot.
Super Trot Signature Series, sponsored by the Allen County Fair. Field of 6. Northern actually, the question, Lion Image, working it on Broadway. Favorite Uncle and Team Jesse. All in behind, the Michael F. starting gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come.
This is the finale from Allen County in Lima, Ohio.
Off striding to start is the question. On the outside, into the front end as the field moves into the turn. That's working it on the Broadway. Around the turn, working it on Broadway. On the outside, Lion Image on the inside. Getting away third. Northern actually is every around the turn. Northern actually is off stride. On the outside, the Jesse out the backside, going to the opening quarter. Racing next, second to last, up the backside is Favorite Uncle and trailing the field. As they drop on over to the opening quarter mark, is the question. Field in straight line. Right by the opening quarter. At the quarter in 30 seconds as they race around the turn, trying to the 3/8 mark. Showing the way, working it on Broadway and Jason Brewer. They have a 2-length lead over Lion Image, who is second. Trotting third, Team Jesse. Racing fourth, that is Favorite Uncle as they pass the stage for the first time. Northern actually trails the field at the half, working it on Broadway with 3.5. Lion Image is second. Racing third, Team Jesse. The end of the turn, Favorite Uncle. Half at 101 3/5, and Northern actually trails the field. They head to the 5/8 with working it on Broadway, leading the way. Out and all the way to the outside. Here comes Jeff Neishonger and Team Jesse. They're now second. Racing third, the Lion Image up the backside of the 3/4. Moving through on the inside. That is Northern actually and trailing the field. Favorite Uncle. They're into the far turn. Working it on Broadway. Team Jesse second. 3/4, 132. Around the far turn, the leader is working it on Broadway. Team Jesse on the outside. They're off the turn. They're on their way home in the Allen County Super Trot.
This is 493. Look to me, look good. Old working it on Broadway. Jason Brewer just picked up career win number 22 in 77 starts.
And Jason Brewer and Working on Broadway may get 3 for their last 3 in the Signature Series. And Tom, we talked about it earlier here in the pre-race show. That was a big win for Working on Broadway because he goes from a 4-way tie for 3rd to sole possession of the Signature Series Trot lead with that victory. So now he has 39 points. Again, I think there's another Signature Series Trot event here, possibly even tonight at Hicksville, I want to say. So there will be some points tabulated there, but for our knowledge right now, the point leader is Working on Broadway with 39.
The winner of the Signature Trot here, Series Trot here, is now the leader in points. A win-win situation.
And here comes Jason Brewer and Working on Broadway.
The 10th race, Allen County Super Trot Signature Series, sponsored by the Allen County Fair. Number 4, Working it on Broadway. 5-year-old breakout son of Broadway Hall. Out of the kid working to there, working it girl. James Fleming, Ontario. Jason Brewer Trenton Drive was the winner. Jason Brewer just 4 wins away from a magic number 4,000.
Take care.
The results are official. Number 1, Northern Ashley 4. Opportunity question 6, 3, Lion MH3. Number 4, Working it on Broadway. The winner 5 was scratch. Number 6, Favorite Uncle 5. 7 and 8 were scratch. Number 19, Jesse 2. The mile 201, 2 fifths, 30 seconds. 101 and 3, 132. 463, 1 scratch, 5 scratch, scratch, 2 off the bottom. That concludes the Cities Racing program in the 2021 harness racing program here at the Allen County Fair. Barn area, please return your head numbers and saddle pads. We're picking up your checks, which will be available in the race office shortly.
Again, great finish to a fine 2 nights of racing here at Allen County. Austin Scott and Tim, I'm going to have to tell you, you guys, really, with the techno gizmos we had here, and Austin's on, you filled in this, it was fantastic. Good job, because I was just standing here going, habada, 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 habada.
Yeah.
And it was, all the gadgets are out, but you did it, and we got everything in. Fantastic.
Yes, a lot of moving parts here. Guys, for the parts you missed, again, we were not live for races 1 through 4 due to an electrical issue here at the Allen County Fairgrounds that fried our equipment as well as fried the tote board here earlier tonight. So that's why we missed races 1 through 4. However, you can catch a replay of those at trotandpaceracing.com. Again, that's www.trotandpaceracing.com. Those replays will be posted in the next few days there. So stay tuned for that if you missed races 1 through 4 tonight like we did. So you can always go back, watch some of the replays there. Before we leave you guys tonight, some quick driver stats. Scott Sisko led the way with a driving triple tonight. 3 victories on the card for Scott Sisko. Jason Brewer, the only other driver with multiple wins, he had a double, including the nightcap with Working It on Broadway and the Allen County Super Trot. 1 win apiece went to Bruce Schmidt, Michelle Caldwell, Mark Winters Jr., Ronnie Gillespie, and Jeff Nysonger. On the training side of things, the only one to have multiple wins was Mark Winters. He picks up 2 winners on the card. Alan Voorhees, Michelle Caldwell, Jeff Brewer, Mark Winters. I think Junior may have had a win on the card too at one point. I think Mark Winters Jr. a training win, Dan O'Mara a training win, Jim Arledge Jr., Tim McCoy, and Jason Brewer all with 1 victory apiece. And again, a successful 2 days of racing here in Lima at the Allen County Fairgrounds. We thank you all for your patience tonight. I'm Austin Scott. He's Tom Pye, the harness guy. Tim Edmonds, our camera guy. What you got, Tom?
We're going to be up to Hicksville tomorrow. We also Greenville on Thursday.
Greenville on Thursday.
well as Hicksville.
Tomorrow, today's Tuesday right now. There's too many days. My fault there, Tom. Let's get the exact schedule for them. I apologize for stepping on you there. Yeah, we're at Hicksville on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Back Thursday night for racing at Hicksville. We're also at Greenville again on Thursday night too. We have Woodsfield, the Monroe County Fair, tomorrow also. And again, you can catch all those broadcasts on www.harnessracingohio.com. Click on View Live Races at the top of the screen, and you can watch all of our broadcasts we have going on for that respective day, all on the same page. Again, that's www.harnessracingohio.com. So again, one more time, from Lima, the Allen County Fairgrounds, wrapping up the 2021 harness racing meet here. I'm Austin Scott. He was Tom Pye, the harness guy. Tim Edmonds on the camera. And we'll see you again here real soon, folks.
Good night now.
This has been Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is brought to you by thestable.ca, the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center, Midland Acres, Cool Winds Farm, and Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Ohio County Fair Racing is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.